Hi, I'm Mary, and I'm on the show floor on Saturday of New York Comic Con. And with me are very special guests, the team behind RWBY.
Hi, I'm Monty the creator, director, and lead animator.
My name is Miles Luna. I'm one of the co-writers, assistant director, and the voice of Jean Arc.
And I'm Kerry Shawcross. I am a co-director and co-writer on RWBY.
For those who don't know, RWBY is actually a new 3D animation show about 4 girls entering a school to learn to fight monsters. So what's really interesting is that it's a 3D animation and it's in English. What made you want to do it in 3D instead of traditional anime style, or just, you know, in English and rather like having it dub or like, you know?
It's really mostly a matter of convenience. It's what we're familiar with working with. I've been a 3D animator for many years now. It's also much more economical than 2D animation. Our studio has tried 2D animation in the past and found it to be far too expensive and far too long a turnaround for our type of schedule. And in terms of it being local, is more for the reason really it's really more international. You know, English is a pretty acceptable language for the show in general. We get a lot of response from around the world, so, and it's really, we don't know people who speak Japanese.
We speak English.
Yeah,
so.
sorry.
No problem. Now, you said that it's reached internationally and like it's getting really, really popular. How do you feel about that?
Awesome.
It's really cool. I mean, we all, the other day, we freaked out because we found a Chinese dub that somebody made just on their own of all the episodes out so far. And we just thought that was the coolest thing in the world.
It was so good.
Yeah.
It's really overwhelming. I mean, this is something that the three of us just kind of started working on in our spare time whenever we had time in between work on Red vs. Blue.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's grown to be so large so quickly, I don't think any of us knew it was going to be this big.
And like, have the fans at New York Comic Con been really pleasing? And how's this weekend been for you guys?
It's been excellent. We've been seeing cosplayers. If you turn the camera around, there's just an enormous line at this booth waiting for our signatures and just to say hi and get the merchandise. They are awesome. We love the fans, cosplayers, fan artists, everything. It's great to see this much of a response.
Yeah, I'm just happy that I will finally get to put some face to commenters and actually get to talk to the people who have been commenting on our videos and, you know, posting on Tumblr and stuff like that.
And then seeing RWBY cosplay is just the coolest thing in the
Yeah.
world. I want to give them all hugs. It's fantastic.
Now, for RWBY, she's sort of the focus and the main character. How did you come up with her character and the design for her?
Well, mostly I just knew I wanted a Red Riding Hood-esque looking character, and I had the idea for a sniper rifle scythe many years ago. And I just put the two together because they felt appropriate in terms of design. Design-wise, I just simply opened up Maya and started modeling while keeping my reference in terms of art and fashion open and what I would like to see in a character. From there forward, the trailer was made in about 2 weeks, and we had our character.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, no problem. Are there any particular characters right now that are your favorites, or are there any other characters coming up that you're just so excited and you probably want to like share a sneak preview?
I think it's really, really, really hard to choose a favorite because although, you know, the show's called RWBY and we have these 4 girls, we really, at bare minimum, have a main character cast of 8 people, and it's just going to continue to grow. Every time we're writing a scene for a different character, our favorite changes. Like if we're writing a Yang scene, we're like, oh, Yang's the best. If it's, you know, a Pyrrha scene, oh, Pyrrha's just so sweet. She's the best. But at the end of the day, at least Carrie and I, it always comes back to Nora.
Yeah.
Nora. Ren and Nora are just fantastic. We love them.
Yeah, I love Nora too. So hyped.
Sam Ireland, who voices her, just did a great job kind of bringing the character to life, and we just couldn't be happier.
Now, right now is Volume 1 is going to go on sale for DVD soon. And you're going to start making Volume 2 soon, right? Or...
That is the plan at the moment.
We'd like to. We
Yes.
want to get to work as soon as possible.
Yes.
I know Monty does.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, it isn't called Volume 1 for no reason. We have a lot of ideas, and, you know, a show that has this much reach is hard to ignore, so, you know, we just want to get back to work as soon as possible.
So what's probably in the future of RWBY in terms of the later volumes?
We're going to see more character development. Right now, this volume was more about the team being formed and the characters getting to know each other and learning how to fight together. So they all have very deep backstories, and we're talking about 8+ characters and even more so when it comes to like the supporting and complementary cast. So we're going to learn a lot about a lot of characters' backstories.
I mean, it's one of those things that we need to introduce everybody to the characters before we can actually see those characters grow. So this first volume has been a lot of introductions, and now we're ready to kind of move on.
We're really ready. Although Beacon and Vale is a really rich environment, we've created this entire world that we want to explore, and going forward with that is something I'm really, really excited about.
And have there been any criticism about basically the anime style or the 3D animation behind it? And what's your response to it?
Well, it's the nature of everything in terms of criticism these days is very polarized. You either love it or hate it. And I would say that, much to the symptom of the world, you hate it, say what you have to say and move on, or love it and keep continuing to support it. So, we see comments all the time.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we read every comment, or we read as many as we can, and, we take everything, we try and learn from it, but at the end of the day, we're making the show we want to make, so we're happy with that, and we're also happy to learn and keep moving on.
Yeah, I mean, criticism's always going to be there, and I'm just happy that we're still getting to make the show and that so many people like it. I mean, for every person that hates our show, there's a lot of people that dig it, so that's cool.
And what's really interesting that I want to ask you about is the anime style. Why did you choose anime instead of maybe westernized, cartoon or like comics figures or that sort?
Well, if you really look at it, Japan in the last 40 or so years hit on a style that really speaks to everyone. It's not anime as much as it is caricature. The eyes, deliver a lot of emotion, and it's something that's easy to draw, easy to deliver, and a lot of people will accept. So, it's a trend that's happened before where Japan will start and really develop something that's good, and the rest of the world will take that and grow with it as well, and maybe even revolutionize it in a way. So, to move into an anime style is really, we're not really broadening the audience. It's really an expected next step. So, it's something that was honestly going to happen anyways. You see it happening in certain other American quote-unquote animes like that are very blurry on those lines, like the Avatar series, or even some of the newer DC Comics series have somewhat of an anime look to them. So we're really just following and evolving the trend.
Yeah, I mean, just to add to that too, we just all love anime, so the chance to get to something that looks similar to a style of something that we enjoy is cool.
Yep.
And you recently also teamed up with Crunchyroll. How did that come about, and how do you feel like being able to do the simulcast and like spread even to a wider audience?
Well, the relationship with Crunchyroll really happened where the kind of people I grow up with happen to be the same kind of people like who grow up watching the same things we do, want to promote it. People like us who go to cons, who cosplay, who make fan art, who like animes are now getting jobs in this industry. And I have to thank Victoria at Crunchyroll because she was a big push in getting a RWBY on Crunchyroll, because she was a fan of my work in the past and a fan of much of the things I do now. And so she made a lot of headway in getting RWBY on Crunchyroll and reaching out to an even broader audience that's very traditionally anime. And she happens to be a cosplayer, friend, fellow anime fan of that, just like me.
Yeah, I mean, we all use Crunchyroll on a regular basis, so it's really cool to see RWBY up there as well.
That kind of audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and I know now you do podcasts. Is there any chance that later in the future you might do a live podcast for all your fans and you can interact with them, or is it probably just going to be audio?
Well, actually, the podcast right now is live for sponsors. So every week on Monday, it's streamed to anybody who sponsors on our website, and then people can then go download it, the next couple days afterward. Yeah.
It is a good idea, though, to do a RWBY-centric podcast. What do you think, Miles?
Oh, dude, I'd love that. Yeah, we do live podcasts every now and then. Like I said, it's always live for sponsors, and then if we are at a venue, like when we were shooting second season of a show that we do called The Gauntlet, we invited fans and sold tickets, and we had, I think, 100 to 200 people in the audience. It's a lot of fun. It's really cool, and hopefully we get to do more of it in the future.
All right. And has this weekend been great for you guys?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
It's been phenomenal.
Awesome. And one last thing, you want to say I love Asian in New York?
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I love Asian in New York.
In New York.
Awesome. Thank you.
Timing.
And great success for you in the future.
Thank you.
I hope
Thank
you
you
have
so
a
much.
great
Thank you.
weekend.